Okay, so good evening, everybody. So, Sam, as usual, before we continue, so before we start our evening section, so we will meditate, focusing on our breath to get our mind back. Okay, so just keep focusing on our breath and try to calm yourself and try to get rest in the state of awareness towards breathing. Okay, so now we are going to take a refuge and generate the mind with bodhicitta. Meanwhile, we recite the prayer of the refuge and generate the mind with bodhicitta. We must develop the mind, develop belief through jivas. And the reason why we are taking refuge and living in Buddha Dharma Sangha is sake of all sentient beings. Sake of all sentient beings, we should achieve the state of enlightenment. Through the intention to achieving the enlightenment, so we will start our section, evening section. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha by the virtues merit created by listening to the Dharma. May I attain the state of a Buddha in order to benefit all beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and by the virtues merit created by listening to the Dharma, may attain the state of a Buddha in order to benefit all beings. Okay, so we'll offer the mandala. These grounds are anointed with the perfumes given by the flowers, Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine as a Buddha land and offer to you. May all beings enjoy in this pure land. Idamam Guru Rana Mandala Niyataya Me. Okay, and so we will continue teaching of Four Noble Truth of suffering, the origin, and the cessation and path. So each Noble Truth, it has to have four right vision and 4 wrong visions. So, in total there's like 16 attributes. And 16 attributes, yeah. So, the 4 attributes which is related with which are related with the suffering, it's impermanence, it's a suffering, and empty and non-self exist. So usually we ordinarily we don't see the those right attributes. We follow the wrong visions related with we see suffering and all the noble part of suffering. It's a permanent, it's a pleasure, it's pure, it has a self-exist usually. So it's a reality theory, it's impermanent. And then there's a 4 related with kunjung. It's a cause, 4 attribute related with the origin of suffering. It's origin of suffering is a cause. It's origin of all our problems and sufferings, and it produces extensively, and it's a condition. So through this 4 right vision, we contrast or dispel the 4 wrong vision related with the origin. So generally, and then sometimes the people think, very ordinary people think, that there is no cause and conditions related with the suffering. The suffering is just it appears. This is sometimes there is no cause and condition related with the sufferings. Or sometimes the cause of suffering, there is only one cause of sufferings. Sometimes all the suffering, all the existence, it's caused by creator, God creator. And then sometimes the people think that the suffering is permanent, but it's a momentary. Reality is a permanent, but it's a momentary. So that's why sometimes they don't bother to find the liberations, because this is their vision which they developed. So these are wrong visions. So actually, so now there's a 4 attributes which are related with cessation, noble path of cessation. The noble path of cessation, there is a 4 right vision and 4 wrong visions actually. The 4 right visions are the cessation. It's the noble path of cessation is a cessation because it sees all the the root of suffering. It sees all it's a dispel. It's once we achieve this cessation, so we dispel all the root of suffering, and it's ceased suffering. So it's a peace, because once we achieve the state of cessation, and we achieve the long-lasting peace, because we liberate all the complex and all the conflict. It's just like all those. It's pacified all the conflict its mind achieve fully state of peace. So that's why the cessation is also part of the peace, durable peace. There is no more any conflict, mental conflict. So then the third one is it's excellence. It's excellence, excellent. It means excellent because feel the person who when we achieve the the state of cessation, so feel fully satisfaction. There is no any feeling of insatisfaction. We're fully satisfied and fully they have a fully contentment, actually contentment and satisfaction. Nothing is going to bother us. It's totally feeling of satisfaction. So that's why it's like excellent. It's excellent. Then the fourth attribute is a Yinjung. It's renounced. It means it's totally renounced. It's totally liberated. It's totally emancipation. They're totally emancipation, right? We call liberation or emancipation. Emancipation, I think, something like that. But I don't pronounce well. But anyhow, it's just kind of like it's like totally separated from the suffering. It's like they reach the destiny. They abandon all the path and all those how to say. They decided, determined, or it's not no more going to suffer. It's totally renounce the suffering. It means they left the suffering behind, all the suffering and all the defect. So this is called a four attribute, correct, or four quality, which hold the cessation. And there's a four wrong vision, and then for wrong vision sometimes people develop in their mind there is no liberations, and they think that one of the few parts of the place is like a place in samsara, sati. I think sometime so that's why this morning we talked. When you are living in the independent country, you think that you achieve the liberations, but actually not. You are in the independent country, but we ourselves are not totally independent, and we are totally liberated. So sometimes also the state of the calm abiding mind think it's a state of the liberations. It's also confused. So also sometimes people think that having negative emotion is necessarily and it's positive. So we think that destructive emotions we need the destructive emotions. So that's why sometimes we see, anger is, if we don't have anger, we can't, defend ourselves, etc. Then, sometimes people think that we can't dispel definitely all the delusions, all the negative emotions. These are wrong visions which we may develop some time. We So once you develop the right visions, it's dispel all the wrong visions. So so now there is a 4 attributes which are related with the path, which are related with the path. It's the noble to the path. It's a path because this path lead us to liberation. So that's why it's a path which will lead us to liberation. And the second quality is the cognition. It's a cognition mind, or it's a perception. It's the path is a perception, because path sees the truth. Through paths we see the truth. Truth. And then the noble path is achievement. Because through the path we achieve the state of liberation. So it's achievement. Also, the noble path, it's give us the liberation. So through the path we can achieve the liberation. So that's why it's the path helps us to renounce the suffering, and we separate from the suffering. So that's why it's give us the liberation. So there is also 4 wrong vision which is related with the so the wrong vision is sometimes people may develop the wrong concept, like there is no any path which lead us to liberations. There is no any. It's the wisdom of emptiness, wisdom of non-self exist. It's not can't dispel our delusions. It's wrong vision. Okay, these are not. So if we think wisdom cannot dispel our ignorance, this is a wrong vision, because wisdom is a antidote. Then some people think that the path, those particular path or those particular type of meditation which help us to achieve the state, state of calm abiding mind, they think that this is the path of liberation. The calm abiding mind help us to achieve the state of liberation, but it's not a genuine path which lead us to liberation. So then the third, the real path is the path of vision, which we only vision can clarify our confusion mind. Until we don't clarify our confusion mind, we can't achieve the state of liberation. So then the fourth, it's the fourth wrong vision is sometimes people may think there is no any method to achieve the state of liberation. There is no any possibility to eradicate all the root of sufferings. So these are the wrong visions. So once we develop the right vision, so we develop the we developed realization of Four Noble Truths. So the Four Noble Truths actually, when we meditate actually the Four Noble Truths through those 16 attributes, actually we are practicing, which help us to achieve the state of liberation, especially those practice which is related with the hearer and solitary realizations. Their main practice of, usually we say Hinayana or Pali traditions. The main practice of the Pali tradition is the Four Noble Truths. These Four Noble Truths, they meditate through the four mindfulness, for awareness. So be mindful with body, and be mindful with the feeling, and be mindful with the consciousness and phenomena or emotions. So when they observed, so these days it's a very popular, right? Mindfulness. They just be aware observing the body, and they be aware with the body. They just focus the body, and they realize the body is its impermanence. All the feeling it occur with us. It's it's suffering. Then through observing the body and mind, our current situation of body and minds are impure. It's contaminated. They see. Then our emotion, our self phenomena are not self-exist. It's interdependent things. So through this, for mindfulness, then discover the reality. They discover the reality of our actual life. Once they discover the reality of our actual life, they reality the truth. Once they realize the truth, then they liberate from samsaras, from circling existence. So this is how actually the main practice. So these Four Noble Truths and the 16 attributes also applied in the Mahayana practice. Through this, combined with the mind of bodhicitta, and there's 37 factor which lead us the state of enlightenment. It's combined with the Four Noble Truths. Then also all Mahayana practice also include in this those practice. So that's why the Four Noble Truths is the main core of teaching. Main core of teaching, like the main core teaching which Buddha it's like a foundation. So that's why we all Buddhist practitioners, whosoever wants take refuge to Buddha, we should learn the Four Noble Truths. At least we must know how to count those Four Noble Truths. So sometimes we say, I'm Buddhist, I belong to the Buddhist, but we don't know what is the Four Noble Truths. So it's good to be Buddhist, but it's pity to not knowing the Four Noble Truths. So sometimes it's like, I think my cousin, he considered as a Buddhist, and he's very devoted. He's because he born in a Buddhist family, but I don't think so. He knows Four Noble Truths. and they say they believe in karma, but they don't know how many type of karma it has, like a military. If I say what is military karma. If I ask them what is military karma, they will say, oh, like having good family and etc. Just they are all are mundane concept. And then non-military karma. Sometimes they have a difficulty to describe, one by one. So it's a pity, but they believe. They consider it as a Buddhist. They recite mantra. They have an altar in their house. It's very admirable. That's a very fortunate born in a Buddhist family, so they know how to recite. But sometimes it's a pity they don't know. Then they don't know the Four Noble Truths. Of course, it's hard to know. Then 16 attributes. So each attribute is what is related in our life. Of course, they don't know. So that's why. But maybe they born in a Buddhist family, so they are not. It's part of their culture. So that's why they never show their own interest to learn. They never show interest, but they. People like you, born in a non-Buddhist family, but you, fortunately, it's that you show your own interests. So that's why it's you guys have a more advantage than a lot of people who born in a Buddhist family. So sometimes it's good to born from the beginning, born in where there is Dharma. But the most important is our own interest. If we ourselves not showing any interest, so it doesn't matter whether you're born or not born. Even you're born, but you don't know Four Noble Truths, like my cousin, for example. So that's why, because of your own interest, so most of you, or most of us, know at least what is the Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths are the first teaching of Buddha. So it doesn't matter all the teaching which is related with the Dharma. The main aim, the main intention, main intention is how to achieve the state of liberations. Because no one deserves the sufferings, So we all wishes to achieve the state of peace. So that's why, if you want to achieve the state of peace, having a realization of Four Noble Truths, it's necessarily. Without this realization of Four Noble Truths, there is no path to achieve the liberations. So today, True Truth and Four Truths. The reason why we should, meditate on Four Noble Truths, because we all wish to have a peaceful mind and durable, long-lasting happiness. So, but we wish to have a long-lasting happiness and durable state of peaceful mind, but we have a difficult to get those, realization. because our mind is diluted, our mind is decisive with full of destructive emotions. Those destructive emotions are so, how to say, so irritated and so dominated, and so irritated. So whenever those destructive emotion appears, it's better not to pay attention. So there is one metaphor. I heard the metaphor. It's like it was a aggressive lion. He smell. He's a little bit smelly. Smelly is bad smell, and he noticed that he smelled bad, and then he's aggressive and really dominated, and he went to the road, and he met a deer, one small deer, and he asked, "Do you think I smell?" And the deer is innocent and sincere, and yes, you smell pretty bad. And then the lion was so irritated and said, "You say I'm smelly king," and he killed the deer and he ate the deer. And he continuously, the next day, he kept continuously going on the road, and he met a monkey. And he asked, "Hey monkey, do you think I'm smelling?" But the monkey knew that the deer said he smelled, so he killed. So the monkey said, No, sir, you are not smelly. You not smelly. You smelly good because you're the king. And the lion was so irritated. And you think you are cheating me? You are lying me? I know. I'm a smelly. So you are trying to lie me, and he killed the monkey in the act. And then the next day, he went through the other forest, and he met a wolf. And he asked, "Do you think I'm a smelly and I smell?" And then the wolf was smart, and he knew that the deer said yes, and he killed. The monkey said no, and he killed. And he said, "Oh, so I'm so sorry, sir, because my nose is blocked. My nose is blocked, so I don't know that you smelly or not smelly." So then lion didn't kill him, because so sometimes we need to give we need to stay in silence, and when we cross those complex moment and conflict, especially in our social relations, sometimes the people's mind is disturbed. While they are disturbed, they are always looking for the conflict because they are disturbed. So in the disturbed moment, we back to the silence mode instead of quarreling and arguing. So we back in the silent moment, and we connect to the wisdom. When we pause all our destructive thought and discursive thoughts, we back to connect the wisdom. So the wisdom, so that's why. It's good to not having any relation with delusions. If you make a relation with the delusions, the function of delusion is deceiving us, right? It make us deceive and make us disseparate. So that's why whenever our negative emotions or destructive emotions trying to convince us to follow their path. We need to divert from their path, and we need to follow the compassion and wisdom. So there's another metaphor which told by Nagarjuna, and he said we must follow the right path, and we must follow the virtuous friend. We never follow the advice of the non-virtuous friend. Non-virtuous friend non-virtuous friend are oriented by their own delusions. So the reason is there is one tortoise, right?
Turtle or
tortoise. That's the
one,
animal.
yeah, living in the sea or
Living on the sea.
okay, turtle.
Turtle. And there was one male turtle met a friend with a monkey. And they were, get along well, and they always having fun. And the male turtle, more than 3 months, he didn't come back to his own home to visit his family. He was having fun. He was having fun with the friend monkey in a cave, and he was living in the forest. So the female turtle,
Yeah. Is the one that live on the land or the one that live in the ocean?
It's
the
live in the ocean.
Then turtle.
Turtle, right?
Turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turtle. Tortoise or Turtle. The female turtle was upset, and he think because of the monkey, her husband is not coming back to home, and no returning home, and all this having fun with the monkey and staying in the forest and the cave with the monkey. So one day the male turtle came back to home, and the female turtle pretended to be sick. She was pretending to be sick, and she said, so the male turtle was pretty worried, and he asked, what happened with you? And he said, I'm sick. So how he can help? And he said, if you bring me the monkey heart, so I may recover. So then how is it possible that I can bring the monkey's heart? And maybe he said, oh, you may ask your friend, maybe he can help you to give monkey's heart. But you must need to take care, otherwise he is not going to give you. And then the male monkey back and asked to his friend. Said he invited the monkey to his own home. And the monkey refused. He said, no, I can't go with you because you are living in the middle of the ocean. So I can't go there. And he insisted. So monkey finally accepted. Then monkey finally accept, and he ride on the turtle back, and they both swim into the ocean. In the middle of the ocean, and the male turtle said, the monkey asked, what's your purpose to ask me to come to visit to your home? So much insisting. And he said, my wife is sick, so he needs a monkey's heart. And then monkey said, why did you ask me before as a friend? So now you're asking me middle of the ocean.
Right.
So you can't get it now. So we need to go back. And he said, how is it possible that we need to go back? said, because I left my heart on the top of the tree. I left my heart on the top of the tree. So we need to go back. Otherwise we can't get heart. The monkeys, all the monkeys, their heart always live on the top of the tree. So then they went back. They went back and then they reached next to the giant tree. And the monkey said, okay, you stay there at the down, and he will climb. He's going to climb on the top of the tree, and he will pick and he will throw. How you must catch. So you need to keep your mouth open, widely open, and close your eyes, and just stay down. And the monkey climbed the tree, and he pooped. He pooped, and that poop go into the mouth of the turtle. So now say this is the monkey's heart, and you liar. So if you're longing to have a monkey's heart, this is the monkey heart, and go back.
Yeah.
And the monkey staying down the tree.
Right.
So the turtle was very upset. So he was so upset because instead of receiving heart, he received the monkey's poop. So he was so upset and he wanted to revenge. He go back to the cave and was staying there. He wanted to bite. He was staying there, staying there. But the monkey was not coming. And then after a few days, monkey come back, and monkey was smart and trying to check whether the turtle was in the cave or not cave. Turtle was silent, and he said, "Hey, great yogi, are you there?" He said, usually, So the monkey, the turtle was so silent, and he didn't reply. And then the monkey went back, and the next day he came and he shouted, "Hey, great yogi, are you there?" And he said, the monkey, the turtle didn't reply. And third day, he asked, "Hey, great yogi, are you there?" And he said, he didn't reply. And the fourth day, when the monkey said, "Hey, great yogi, are you there?" the monkey thought, oh, maybe they used to leave one yogi in this cave.
Yeah.
So he must reply.
Yeah.
So,
the turtle.
Turtle. When the monkey said, "Great yogi, are you there?" the turtle said, "Yes, I'm here," replied. And then the monkey said, "Oh, it's not good sign. The empty cave say yes. It means it's not a good sign. So I would prefer to go back in my own land, and you stay with my poop." So finally, Turtle didn't get a chance to revenge the monkey. So because of the monkey gave him poop or shit. So same as when we relate it with our delusions in day-to-day life, when our delusion mind, right?
Yeah, diluted mind.
Diluted mind, yeah, and destructive emotion trying to convince us when they want to, when they want to hurt us. When they want to hurt us, they always trying to, they pretend something, same as they pretend something, because it's a nature of the delusion. It's it's a cheater, or like a cheating us. So that's why we may not follow the orientation which we receive from our deluded mind. If we follow the deluded mind, it will deceive us. When we are deceived, it makes us deceptions and suffering. It gives us a great suffering. So, that's why we need to follow, we need to practice and realize the Four Noble Truth. First, we need to know what is suffering. Then, where the suffering coming from, an origin. Then we need to believe and cessation. There is a possibility to achieve cessations. Then we need to follow the path. When we follow the path, so the path initiate through the taking refuge. The refuge is the taking direction, the right direction of our spiritual path. Initiate through the taking refuge. Generate the mind of refuge. So the refuge is it's a kind of we all Buddhists must know how to take refuge and what is our refuge, why we take refuge. Then refuge have a capacity to protect us or not. We need to take seriously this meditation. Otherwise, apparently we consider it as a practitioner, but we don't know what is Buddha, what is Dharma, and what is Sangha. Why there is three instead of one. So all whosoever wishes to achieve the state of liberation, they must take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Without taking refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, there is no other way to achieve the state of totally liberations. So liberation is our innate right. Actually, we all have a right to achieve the state of liberation. We all have a right to live freely. No one deserves live under pressure and under the as a slave, as a dominated. We all have a. So, but right now, we are not liberated. So how we get a liberation? We will get liberation through the path. That path initiate through the taking refuge. So the refuge is, once we take a refuge, we consider it as a Buddhist. Until we take a refuge, we don't have a right to knowing as a Buddhist actually. So first of all, before we take the refuge, we must develop the course of refuge. We need to develop the course of refuge. Without course, we can't get the right result. So that's why the course of refuge. The course of refuge, we should develop fear and belief, fear and trust. So it's a fear. How do we develop the fear of suffering? How do we develop the fear? We need to develop the fear through the conscious mind of, through the awareness of suffering, state of suffering. So, precautious. Right? Once we know what is suffering, the suffering make us, suffering destroy us. So before we are destroyed, so we need to take precautious or cautious, right?
We should be cautious.
Cautious. We should be cautious. That cautious, we will get to the fear. We are, if we don't take cautious, then suffering will catch us. Suffering will destroy us. So that's why the fear, actually, the state of fear. Fear is actually it's something. It's physically, it's needed, right? Like
right,
we don't,
right.
It's a kind of survival. It's a kind of fear help us to
to survive.
To survive
it
our.
Force us to make a decision.
Yeah, fear help us to survive. So same as the fear in this case, the fear help us to survive our state of happiness, state of higher realm. So usually it's the excessive of fear and scare. It's not good, but the balanced fear is necessarily. So sometimes we don't, because the fear is a big business too.
Right.
To the fear we can control. Unfortunately, it happens in the world. So that's why we are dominated through the reward and punishment. So all those education which is which are based on reward and punishment, it's actually they don't educate our mind. They just make us vulnerable.
Yes.
Make us vulnerable and make us conditioned and make us self-interested. So I'm obsessed with reward and aversion, the punishment. So finally, it's related with the attachment and aversion.
Right.
Without equanimity. All those without equanimity, we are not in a balance. Somehow we are extreme. We fall in extreme. So that's why it's the excessive fear is not right. But here is the faith. It's be precautious. If we don't be precautious, so cautious, right? Cautious.
Yeah. Be cautious. Be cautious or take precaution is the tool.
Yeah, take precaution. Yes. If you don't take precaution, so we may make a mistake. If we make a mistake, so we need to pay the consequence. So that's why first the fear. So there are three different level of refuge. The refuge which is related with the elemental level, intermediate level, and sublime or supreme level. The elemental level is we take refuge because we don't want to born in the lower realms. We don't want to born in lower realm. So if you don't want to born in lower realm, so that's the reason we believe in Buddha and Dharma and Sangha, and we follow his advice, their advice. Right? So if you follow their advice, so then we can avoid to born in lower realms. The second precaution that which we need to take it's we take refuge to Buddha and Dharma and the Sangha because we don't want to born in samsara. We want to liberate. We want to achieve the total liberation. So whosoever want to achieve the total liberation, so we need to follow the path of noble truth. This path taught by Buddha. So that's why we need to follow, we need to take refuge to Buddha and Dharma and Sangha to get total liberations. So we believe in Buddha and Dharma and Sangha through the mind of total renunciations. Then the next, the higher, type of refuge, their fear is not only to, not myself born in samsara, I want to, liberate all the sentient beings. Before liberate all sentient beings, I should achieve the state of Buddhahood. So that's why I take refuge to Buddha and Dharma and Sangha. I believe in Buddha and Dharma and Sangha. So that's why there's three different kind of practitioner or person, and three different kind of realizations. The first one is very elemental, just only wanted to liberate from the lower realms. So that's why they take refuge. So that's why taking refuge, the cause of refuge is once we are aware how great suffering that which we need to face if we born in lower realms. So that's why we believe in Buddha. So the second one is once we know how great suffering and how contaminated the samsara is. As once you are in samsara, all the pain and burdens are almost unavoidable. It doesn't matter. It's the ups and down. So that's why it's we are longing to have long last happiness, long last peace, peaceful. So we should take refuge. Then we once we know and once we become a compassionate person, think achieving only my own liberation is not a complete state of enlightenment. So I should achieve the state of enlightenment, sake of all sentient beings, Otherwise, I can't get total benefit for others. I can't get total benefit to myself. So I want to achieve completely the state of the Buddhahood. So I believe in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So these are the reason why we take refuge. Because right now we take a refuge because we are looking for refuge, because we are not we don't know how to protect ourselves. We need to follow we are not self-sufficient and we need helpers. So we ask help to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha to get totally helped. So this way we need to trust. Without trust, we can't receive all the help that Buddha give us. So that's why we need to believe that three jewels have total capacity to guide us and protect us. So the protection which we receive from the Buddha is dependent on our own intention. If we have our intention to take refuge is elemental, so Buddha can protect us to born in higher realms. Our intention is related with the intermediate state of liberation, so Buddha the protection which we receive from Buddha, we only get to state of liberations. So our how to say, motivation or intention to take refuge, it's self of all sentient beings, then we will receive the protection and refuge to achieve the state of enlightenment. So that's why it depends on our intention, not only depend on Buddha. Buddha is a fully, how to say, he has a, like 3 jewels, has a total power to protect us. But the protection which we receive is dependent on our own disposition, mental dispositions. So that's why the Buddha is like a guidance.
Guide. Buddha?
Buddha is
like a guide.
It's a guide, yeah. Buddha is a guide. Dharma is like medicines, and Sangha is like nurses. So these 3 conditions is important to recover our own health. We need to find a good doctor and good medicines and good nurses, good hospitalities, good health systems. So then we will so that's why so Buddha it's our so there's a lot of different description of Buddha. So here just what is Buddha? Buddha means Buddha is a being who has who possess multiple qualities. Quality to helping others, quality to quality to compassion, quality to liberate all the obscurations. Or maybe like the Buddha, being Buddha means the state of the Buddha is totally detox and tonifications. Detoxification and tonification. It means he purified all his negative thoughts. There is not any negative and destructive, and developed totally, all the qualities. All the quality that he need to develop, he developed. All the defect he need to dispel, he dispelled. This kind of being considered as a Buddha. Buddha. So even like those Arahat, or hearer and solitary realizers are not fully enlightened because they just dispel their obscurations, but they are not developed totally their wisdoms, and they have a obscuration. There are 2 types of obscurations, right? Delusions and obscuration toward omniscient mind. Still they have an obscuration toward omniscient mind, but they are liberated from all the delusions. So that's why they are not enough. They don't have enough capacity to guide all the sentient beings. Still, they need to accumulate the merit and accumulate the wisdoms. Accumulate the wisdom. So, when we talk about the Dharma means here it means the real Dharma. It's a Dharma which is related with the path of vision, the path of vision, and the path of meditation, and path of no more learning. It's considered as a like the real Dharma, because through this path, once they reach in path of vision, then they can dispel directly all the destructive emotions. They have a direct perception of the wisdoms. So then, so part of part of the noble path and noble cessations, they consider it as the real Dharma, the real. So now the Sangha is the real Sangha is those being who already active in the state of the path and meditation and no more learning. Because they are a real Sangha, because they have a direct perception of the wisdoms. They see, so they are more reliable. They are more, they seize the nature of our exist, and they seize the the nature of suffering, the nature of samsara. So they are reliable. So that's why they consider it as a Sangha, the real Sangha. So these are three jewels. So three jewels also can contain in one jewel, like a Buddha. It's a Buddha, and all his realization is a Dharma, and it's the Buddha himself. It's extraordinary being. Is a Sangha. So when we take refuge to particular Buddha Shakyamuni, like a Buddha Shakyamuni, we take at the same time we can take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, because Buddha Shakyamuni is a Buddha, so that's why it's a jewel of Buddha. All his omniscient mind is a realization, is a jewel of Dharma. As a being, it's also a Gendun. It's like Gendun actually means Sangha. Gendun is like a compound of virtues. Virtues compound. It's a Gatun, innumerable and uncountable qualities. So that's why it's usually the Sangha. So once we believe in Buddha, once we take refuge, so we should take respect all the image of the Buddha, because all those images are representative. The images are like representative. As a representative, they deserve same respect as a Buddha. So even they are not a real Buddha, it's just image. But those images are representing the our presence of the Buddha. And then when we relate it with the Dharma, there is a conventional Dharma and the ultimate Dharma. The conventional Dharmas are text related with the Dharma, text. So we should respect all those sacred books and the sacred text. We cannot consider those sacred texts as just just a simple book of knowledge and just a simple articles. we need to show our respect as how to say, as much as as soon as we respect the Dharma text, the textbook which is related with Dharma, it helps us to have more realizations sooner. So that's why when we were kid, so we need to study and we need to learn a lot of texts. So sometimes our mind become saturated and we don't, we have a difficulty to study. So at that moment, usually our teacher or tutors recommend us to put the text on the altar and offering incense. And we take venerate, or we make prostration in front of the text, in front of the altar, offering, and then take a blessing from that text, and then after those offering and prostrations, once we read again, it makes us a big difference and big clear.
More clear.
More our mind become more clear, and we make us we understand better the text. So because the text is also the representative of the Dharma. The real ultimate Dharma is our own realizations, from the path, the noble path of the direct perception of wisdoms and emptiness. Direct perception of emptiness is the real Dharma, because it's a real medicines. So then it's also the Sangha. Sangha, so monks and nuns, the fully ordained, usually also we consider them as a Sangha. And we consider them because they are the representative of Sangha. Even they are ordinary, they are not in the state of vision, but we show our respect and we consider them as the real Sangha, because they are representative of Sangha. So we need to show. So that's why Domdemba, his realization of refuge is so high. Whenever he saw on the street the maroon color cloth, he always he cleaned that maroon, right? Like dark red or burgundy or maroon color, and yellow, all those color which is like a color of Dharma, like yellow, maroon, saffron. So he cleaned those clothes, and he blessed his head through this color, through those clothes, and he take those clothes to the clean places. And because the Domdemba was a great master, and the usual people think that it's a dirty cloth, but he cleaning and he put on his hat, and he take a place, and he take he take those clothes to the clean places. The people ask, why you are doing like this? These are dirty clothes. And he said, yes, the cloth itself may be dirty, but those people who wear this kind of cloth, it doesn't matter how ordinary they are, but they possess a lot of qualities. They know how to recite the name of the three jewels, and then they have a lot of qualities. Even once they take refuge, once they enter in the temple, it doesn't matter whether they enter with the right motivation or wrong motivations, but their mind is fully imprinted of the sacred images, sacred texts, and sacred teachings. So its mind is not that ordinary. They are blessed by different. So that's why, as a practitioner, we should try to not criticizing the three jewels, even those ordinary sanghas. Sometimes those sanghas, those ordinary monks, sometimes they break their rules and they break, how to say. But we can't. Okay, the individual monk do something misdeeds, but we can't criticize whole group, because the individual monk is also it's good that he take a vow, how to say, vow, and he become a monk, but it's a pity that he still has his own mind is diluted. So sometimes they do the misdeeds, but we cannot take references because of this. Then the whole monks are, too worthwhile to pay the respects, etc. So if we do this, we how to say, we fall down, or we make mistakes, or we downfall. We make downfalls. Yeah. So that's why these are the three jewels, the general, like Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. So, so now we need to know why we take refuge to Buddha. Why we take refuge to Buddha is we need to know. Otherwise, sometimes I take refuge to Buddha because I'm Buddhist. So this is not a right, how to say, correct reason to take refuge to Buddha, because wherever it includes I, so they include, how to say, the reason why to take refuge is I. So if somebody criticizes in front of us the Buddha, immediately we, how to say, we disturb our mind, because there is I. He is criticizing my Buddha. It's like Buddha become a your possessions. You become a possessive. Instead of, Buddha help you to liberate, you become a more possessive. Once we are possessive, then, we become less tolerance. Then, if we become a less tolerance, we are, against the Dharma. So Dharma teach us to be tolerance, be resilience, be, patient. So, we do and we developed destructive emotion, which are related with the three jewels. So then three jewels can't help us to can't protect us to liberate from the delusions. So that's why it's important. So. In reality, all those phenomena which is related with the Dharma never gonna make us. They are not, how to say, they can't develop our delusions and a deluded mind. So So that's why, we take refuge to Buddha and Dharma and Sangha. Not that because I'm Buddhist. I take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Buddha is a, liberated being. Buddha knows how to protect others. And Buddha is a fully compassionate. Buddha, it's a, beyond the, self-interest. So these are the right, so this is the reason that I take refuge to Buddha. Not that I take refuge to Buddha because I'm Buddha, I'm Buddhist. So if then, in reality somebody criticizes in front of us the Buddha, we must generate compassion and forgiveness of those persons who criticize, because they are creating a lot of big negative karma. So we should feel compassionate and trying to help them to, instead of arguing and instead of quarreling and accusing, we need to guide them well. Okay, so now it's close, almost 9. So do you have any questions related with the Four Noble Truth, related with the refuge? Okay, so nobody has questions. I think we tomorrow will continue. Maybe we stop here today. I think tomorrow 9:15, the Eastern time. Okay, so we will offering mandala. These ground are noted with the perfumes taken with the flowers, Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine as a Buddha land and offer to you. May all be enjoyed in this pure land. Saji, Buji, Juji, Mado, Jama, Rali, Ninde, Kembandi, Sangi, Shindo, Mingden, Biwai, Rugu, Namda, Shingla, Chövarai, Sho, Yedama, Guru, Rana, Mandrala, Niyataya, Me. Okay, now we will dedicate our merit, all the merit which we accumulate today. We dedicate for ourselves, but we dedicate for, whole world. May the precious mind of enlightenment, not yet born, arise and grow. May that born will not decline but increase forever. In order to follow the excellent examples set by the wisdom of the Bodhisattva Manjushri, and the always sublime Samadabhadra, I dedicate all virtue to their peerless ideals. All conquerors pass into the 3 times head praised as supreme. His peerless dedication, therefore, I also surrender all roots of my activities to the sublime goals of Bodhisattva. May all sentient beings, our fathers and mothers, have stable happiness. May all the evil-born dreams become empty forever, and may all the prayers of all the Bodhisattva, wherever they reside, be fulfilled. Daso Chinyi Sawe Yewa De Tendan Ruwa Kunla Kamben Da Chabara Jesu Mo Sang Chawa Ye Tenbe Nyingbo Ringdo Seje Sho Tenba Rinje Choge Machawa Chabjan Nyambor Gyube Chodin Ninje Chimbo Yirab Choba Ye Pende Tende Sewara Chebara Sho. Okay, thank you so much. Buenas noches and good night.